Hey guys, how's it going? So we got a new set of spoilers, or rather the first set of spoilers for the actual set, Ancient Knights. That'll be the first set in the new cluster. Up until this point, we've just been getting spoilers for the starter deck, so this is our first set sort of to see what's going to be going on. Before we get into that, just real quick, if you guys were curious, they released official images of what the boxes and stuff will be for the star decks. I'll have those right here. These are all 5 of the star decks: the red, green, blue, yellow, other color. And here is also the promo that comes with the starter deck, I believe it is. And it's a Melfi promo, which is pretty awesome because she's still pretty expensive and not easy to get. So it's cool that this will be a promo that comes with it. And last year, I believe it was Sacred Elf, I want to say, maybe? Something like that. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that, and it's really nice art. But yeah, so getting into the spoilers, we got our first ruler. So these are going to be rare, far and few between to see. So it's cool that we're getting her a ruler right off the bat. And this is Pandora. So she's a guardian, and she has judgment of only 1, but you can only play it if you control 3 or more golems. Golems are a type of resonator that we'll get into here in a sec. She is energized for yellow, and she has a sealed ability that obviously is not sealed anymore. So if you remember the starter decks, they all have this ability at the bottom, but it's sort of hieroglyphics. So we don't know what they actually do or say. This one is just those ability, except we actually know what it does. So it could give us a hint of the power level and everything like that the other ones will be. But this one is called Hair Ornament of Life. It has a cost of 0. And target golem you control is mobilized until end of turn. You can only play this ability once per turn. So that's going to be really strong. As you guys are going to see, golems are pretty strong. They have a high attack and high defense, and as such they cannot attack or block unless you pay a certain cost of will, and we'll go over that as we go over the resonators. So this 0 cost ability lets you choose 1 golem until end of turn, and only once per turn that you don't have to pay that cost for. So her J activated side, she becomes a 1000, 2000 J ruler, and all golems you control are mobilized. So you now can attack and defend free of charge, essentially. So that'll be really strong in her deck, especially I assume with not only these golems, but golems that will be coming out in this set as well that we will not see. And if any damage would be dealt to a golem you control, it's dealt to her instead. So this is an interesting ability. So it'll protect your golem, so you're able to keep swinging and not worry about them dying. You can block heavy hitters and not worrying about them dying, different things like that. But the downside is it's redirected to her, so you run the risk of her dying, especially if they buff the resonator in response to you blocking in order to directly have the intention of killing her. So and that's why she has the high defense, but it'll be interesting to see how people work around that, because you want her out there because of the free mobilization is going to be extremely important in this deck. And she has Hair Ornament of Light, once again, as the other star decks had this ability on the J ruler set as well. So she has it, and it changes. So now it's 4 cost, and golems you control gain +4/+4 till end of turn. So obviously not the best ability, but it's good for if you need it in a pinch. If you've populated your field with a lot of golems that are all mobilized and ready to go, and you just need that little bit of extra damage, it could be really good, especially to do in response to things and stuff like that. The stone that goes with her is Mysterious Magic Stone. So you treat this card as a light magic stone, and it produces yellow. You can pay 1 light and tap this card and banish it to put target golem from your graveyard into your hand. Once again, that's not something you want to be continually doing. It's only a last resort type of thing. Jordan did say that special magic stones are going to be powered down a little bit, and so this is obviously a part of that where it's still decent and it has abilities, but it's not crazy. Our first golem is Magic Light Warrior. These little fellas it's only 1 cost and a 6/6. So as I was talking about before, they're a little bit stronger, you'll notice. So a 1 cost 6/6 is pretty good, and it has mobilize of 1 light. So you have to pay 1 light will to attack or block with this resonator unless you use her ability or she's J activated. We have Magic Sword Warrior. So this is a 2 cost 8/6 golem with first strike, and once again it's a 1 cost to mobilize. So a lot of these are going to be pretty straightforward, so I'll just cycle through them. Not a lot, but some. We have Bubble Golem. So this is a 2-cost 1,000 Golem with mobilize of 1 void. And at the end of the battle, banish this card if it attacked or blocked. So if you ever want to use it, it's a one-off. So be interesting to see how that's used and if there's cards that will help to make that more of a viable option. We'll see. I mean, there are cards that could potentially work with it that we'll see. Next, we have Ultimate Magic Warrior Gear Atmos. So this is a 7-cost 2,000 Golem. Has mobilize of 3 void. However, it has an ability that you can banish 3 golems rather than pay its cost to bring this card into play. And when it enters the field, you destroy target resonator your opponent controls. So it gives light color destruction, which is kind of cool to have. And as Jordan pointed out in that article, there's cool stuff you can do with it. So you have to have 3 golems on your field in order to J-activate. So if you have 3 golems, you J-activate. So now all of your stuff is mobilized for free. You attack with them, and then you banish all 3 of them after attacking to bring him out to destroy one of the resonators. And he's mobilized. He doesn't have swiftness, but he's raring to go. And next we have Pandora's Order. So this is a 4-cost quick cast chant, and you put target golem from your graveyard into the field, and it is mobilized until end of turn. At the next end of turn, you return it to its owner's hand. So it works both as it's a quick cast, so you can bring something out to block, or it helps if you have swiftness, you can bring something out and give it swiftness and attack. It comes back to your hand, so you can play it permanently later on. So it could be pretty good. 4 cost is pretty high, but considering you can grab any golem you want, I think it probably balances itself out. And lastly, we have Crippling Light. So this is a 5-cost just chant, no quick cast, just regular chant, and you destroy all non-golem resonators. So more, it's a light destruction. It's nice that it's more straightforward. However, once again, extremely high cost. However, once you're this late in the game, your opponent could have a lot of high cost, high value resonators that may have things like a barrier, so they can't be targeted. So having something like this that just field wipes could be pretty good to have. But yeah, so that's the spoilers. Short, sweet, and to the point. At least shorter than the Star Deck spoilers, or it seemed like it. Pretty interesting. I'm really curious to see more golems. Jordan did say there's more golems in the set, obviously, and then it'll get more support throughout the entire cluster. But some pretty cool stuff. I hope there'll be some cool interactions and mechanics with them as well. And it does make me really excited to see what other types of things we'll see, especially since there's only 2 or 3 rulers in this box rather than the normal 5. Just the sheer volume of support we could theoretically get for these individual rulers could be pretty cool. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and we'll have some more. We should have another gameplay video coming out tomorrow, Friday, and another one the day after. And as always, Force of Will news, more spoilers. If you guys have questions for the Q&A or any other discussion topics, be sure to join our Discord or leave a comment below, and we'll try to ask Jordan that or get to it in a future video, different things like that. And yeah, talk to you guys later.